It should be good to go. Believe we are live. Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Got a bunch to get done. Just starting up the engine now. I think yesterday we left off with the status effect thing. And I kind of moved everything over. I didn't end up getting to the point where I was able to control if a gameplay effect was able to apply a gameplay cue or not manually. So what I ended up doing was I just created a component with asset tags and I put the gameplay cues on the asset tags instead. And today what we're going to do is we're going to hook in a delegate to the to the gameplay effect, so when it ends or is removed, it will remove the status effect as well. So we have like complete automation of our gameplay cues and status effects from this point on, with no like duplications or anything like that. So we kind of have to like dive a little bit deep in and see how gameplay effects are controlling the removal aspect of all the effects that they're applying. I'll kind of show you why this is pretty important in a second here. Right now we're just using a timer, which can be kind of like unreliable. We have our like little effect that starts up here in the top left. I actually just noticed another bug. I don't think it displays one stack when we actually I don't know if I like that or not. Actually, I mean, that's probably okay. We should probably only show stack numbers if it's above 1. Yeah, so what I ended up doing was go to our base actor, notify here. So I had this timer and I created a completely separate timer handle from the one that's provided. I believe the one that they were trying to use was, yes, this finish timer handle. I learned the hard way, you cannot use this built-in timer to try and regulate the auto destroy of this gameplay cue. Reason being is because that timer handle is actually tied to the validity of this gameplay cue itself, and what will end up happening is if it's checking to see if this gameplay cue is already like added to a character, it uses this timer to see if this gameplay cue is like going to be taken off in like a short period of time. So it checks like the validity of this right here to see if it's actually going to get removed or not. And if it is, it actually will just like apply another gameplay queue and spawn another actor entirely. So you can't touch this like at all. Alright, so what I actually wanted to look at was when we're actually doing the application of this, I want to see if I can get it tied to one of these gameplay effects here. And I think we have to go into our ability system component to actually have this functionality work. I am looking for the stack checking. There was definitely a function that I did an override on that did this stack checking for us. Yes, right here. So how are they doing the stack check? So it looks like they're using the active GameplayCue container to actually see how many stacks we have. We just need a way to tie the gameplay effect to this now. Really what it comes down to. Move these over here for a second. Come on, Visual Studio. It's only 12. I don't need problems. Alright, so in the params, we actually have to set the effect context here, I believe. We should have access to that. Is it in the handle that this is stored? No, but I think you can get the effect from that. Yes. Get effective or get effect context from active G handle. We're gonna store this in here like that. And I believe we're actually able to on remove. We're looking for ways that are built into this, so we can just automatically have this effect remove our gameplay queue as well. And from what I'm seeing, this might be it here. Returns delegate structure that allows binding to several gameplay changes. We don't care about stack change or any of that. We care about removal. For this here. And what is it doing? Event set on effect remove. Okay. That's kind of our way in right now. We only want the server to handle this part of it, because the server is going to be the one that actually calls the multicast for removal. We actually don't want this. So the reason I say we don't want this is because the spell object itself is going to be destroyed. Before this function call happens, but the target ability system component should still remain valid. I'm actually thinking of creating a function within the ability system component just to do the handling of this for us. And what we'll do is we'll just call the function and pass in the active effect handle. So that way we can move it over to the other functions that would actually need this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, we are not in the ACS right now. Okay. God damn it. We want to call this remove manual GameplayCue after gameplay effect ends or ended. Actually, calling ended incentivizes or like implicitly states that it itself wasn't technically like canceled or removed. I don't want it like a general term, I guess. Yeah, we'll just call it. We'll be specific about it being an active gameplay effect. What do we want to pass in here? We want to pass in the parameters, but it wants to be like an in and out. So we want to do a reference to parameters for this. So we want to do the modifications and have it go through that way. So we're going to grab this, put this in here as a reference. So when I set up parameters and like I do the naming convention for it, whenever I put in, it's signifying that the function internally will use this parameter. When you put out, it usually signifies that the function will do modifications to this parameter and it will be used outside of this function entirely. So for this case, I'm actually not going to label it as in and out. I'm just going to label it as out because we're actually not going to be using it internally, I don't believe. I think this is the only parameter that we need. Can actually do all of this in there as well. We'll set the effect context here. Oh, we need the active effect handle. Technically, we could pass that into the params and then just pull it from the params, but I feel like a safer option is to do all this internally, because let's say like the one time you forget to actually set this effect context, it would screw up the whole function. So let's be more reliant on making sure that we're passing in valid data. I'd rather have every parameter be something that is definitely used, rather than like implicitly relying on us to make sure that some parameters like that are pre-filled before being passed in. Just need f-active gameplay handle. Me a const reference. I don't think we're actually going to be changing this handle. We're just using it to grab the correct data, or the correct GE itself. Make a comment here on what this is actually doing. I mean, this will always be the case, but maybe sometime in the future I'm just a little bit more stupid. Lines are manually created. GameplayCue used typically for status effects to an active GE that has duration. Should always have duration. And will all okay. We have that. We have our effect context here. We can actually what is it? Unremove? Yeah, on gameplay effects, removed info delegate. Just need the handle here in active effect handle. Going to add a U object, which is going to be this. New buff unlocked. What did I get today? One thing to note here is this actually isn't a dynamic delegate, so we don't have to label the remove or the actual callback itself as a U function. It's pretty important. When in a pile of coal and 19% when in a pile of shit. Got it. We want to see what this delegate requires though, right? So if we actually travel to where this is by just pressing F12, we can see what the parameters are. So when we see this, we can just typically copy and paste after the actual definition or the actual name of the delegate here. Copy this, and this is required to be in the function that we are creating to handle this. This is const, so this is always going to be in. We just call this in gameplay effect. We'll just call it actually in GE removal info, I guess. Doesn't matter. I don't know if we're actually going to use this or not, but maybe. Oh, did I not make the function for this? Okay. Unless you're a sailor, no swearing. I do know how to sail. Me and my dad used to go out on his boat all the time. I've learned a thing or two. Okay, so what do we need here? We kind of need the parameters of this, no? I'd actually like to... Oh, this is actually kind of tough. What does this actually give me in terms of information? I want to see if we can pass in some custom functionality to this, because we need a little bit more information for this delegate so we can remove the GameplayCue that's associated with this correctly. We might be able to bind this after the gameplay effect or after the GameplayCue is created using this parameter. Because we do have access to the target's ability system component, and we can check for server authority to make sure that only the server is binding it. Or actually, better yet, fuck server authority. We can save ourselves an RPC over the network. We can just have everybody bind to this once. Well, actually, here's the problem though. So technically, the effect context is only created on the client that actually receives it and the server. So I don't think we can actually save ourselves that callback. Yeah, we're gonna have to send an RPC. That's okay though. I want to see where this is actually getting called, right? Because what I want to do is I want to make my own custom delegate that works with our system. So if we can find out where this is getting called and see if it has like an override available, we can fit in one of our own custom events or delegates. So that's actually how they're packaging the data, it looks like. Or no, wait, hold on a second. Huh. I actually never knew that. Here's the actual broadcast itself, though. So, internal on active, effect remove. It's not virtual. The other way to do it, this is to make like a custom struct. That we pass in. Sailor doesn't mean you can sail, it means it's your profession. Oh, I'm on my boat right now. I'm out in the Atlantic. Programming, swaying with the ship. Oh, what the hell? Wait, on active gameplay effect time change. I didn't know this existed. Wait, we have a new way of actually getting duration here. Oh, this is pretty cool. I didn't actually know that these delegates existed. We also have access to stack counts and everything too. You like my idea on how to lower the cost to 120,000? I remember you saying that it would be millions, but if you were able to just like sell enough, you'd be able to afford it. Hello, how are you doing? Right now, I am trying to find a good way to handle Updating status effects. And I think I found a way to do it. But I might have to bind this on the server. On the gameplay effect when it is spawned in. In target ability system component. Buddy, you know, you know the rules. Be respectful. You know, it breaks my heart to enforce them. I think we have to do this a different way now. In light of this new information here. Thanks, man. It's nothing against you again. It's like I don't know like what you're saying. And I can't take time to translate it all. And if it's something bad, right? YouTube will actually punish me for allowing that. Yeah. If you could keep it English, that would be really appreciated. It's just I can't moderate chat when you speak in a different language. So if you say something bad and I just don't know about it and I just like let it go, it actually reflects bad on me. And YouTube actually is punishing people for that, which is really fucking stupid, but it is what it is. I'm not saying you would type something bad, but I just don't know. All right. We have to put it in here as well. Ooh, now this is a this is actually kind of weird. So this is grabbing the additional like effects created by this gameplay effect component. Does that have a separate gameplay effect created for that? Let me see what that component actually says. I'm from Egypt. Are you a game developer? I appreciate you guys actually speaking in English. Oh, you're learning Spanish? ¿Cómo te llamas? That's all I know in Spanish. That's my extent of 4 years in high school taking Spanish lessons. Or not lessons, but Spanish classes. ¿Cómo te llamas? It's what is your name? Or what's your name in Spanish? Or at least that's what I remember it being. Alright, so it looks like for active gameplay effects that are added, it looks like they would be in the same gameplay effect handle. Might not be reading that correctly, because it looks like it makes a completely new context handle and everything too. Can apply. No, it's making a whole new one here. You can see it. Now, there's a problem with this. I don't think it's actually returning the active gameplay effect handle. But technically this should store it, no? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cipher or siphon through and find the active gameplay effect for that specific ability. So we have like the actual gameplay effect here. So from what I'm reading, we have to just grab the active gameplay effect on the target ability system component. So I wonder if there's a way just to grab the handle. Excuse me. Do you have a gaming channel? I know he does. He makes like a bunch of really cool edits and stuff on his channel that you should check out. I saw, you know what's funny? I actually saw some of your Rocket League videos come up on my feed. The YouTube shorts that you were making. So this requires an active gameplay effect handle. I'm actually going to jump into the base ability system component and see if I can grab the, see if I can get the handle from this. I wonder if there is any functions that actually return this. Not looking like it. Do they return a copy of it though? So when you apply something to a target, it does that. But for the additional effects, it doesn't look like it passes it back. Find active gameplay effect handle. How are you parsing through that to get it? So we have active gameplay effects here. Oh, this has the handle stored in them. Okay, well, that makes it a lot easier. Let's go back to that part of the function. $11 plus 1, that's 10. I could just feel my back just like rumbling from my posture right now. I really don't want to like parse through or like iterate through like all the effects. There's got to be a way just to find the one that I need. Looks like this container actually has a built-in function for it. You can get it via handle. What if I want to get it via gameplay effect spec? Is that possible? It's looking less and less likely the further I go down. Yeah, these are all internal and private, so you can't even touch them. Hello, hello. What am I working on today? Status effects. So I can show you real quick what we've done. I have a system in place right now where it goes off of gameplay cues. So when we add a gameplay cue to a target and it creates like that actor on them, that actor not only applies like the visual effects like the Niagara system, it is something that also applies kind of like a little widget as well. So like it'll keep track of like the stack count, it'll keep track of pretty much everything. Like you can see that it keeps track of how many stacks are on the target and what the duration of the ability is as well. And the neat thing about it is, as long as I don't pause the editor, because widgets don't go off of delta time within the editor, it will remove itself once the ability removes. So what we're trying to do now is we're using a timer for that, and I don't want to do that. I want to link it to the gameplay effect itself, so when that effect actually gets removed off the target, whether it be like naturally from just the timer running out, or if it's like purged off of them, I want the system to automatically just remove that icon off of the bar. So I'm looking at what's available data-wise that the gas system gives me, and I'm just going to use what they provide in order to create that functionality. Yeah, they are. So I found 4 more delegates today that provide a lot of information on stack count, duration, removal as well, and I believe the other one was like adding like additional effects or something. But right now I'm looking for a way to get the removal of an effect. But it's a little bit more complicated than that, because we're not looking for the initial effect that's applied. We're actually going off of one of the components. So this is looking, we're going to be looking for the active gameplay effect handle for additional effects that get applied. You work with them in Blueprints? Yeah, I started using them in Blueprints a while back, but as the game got more to this like customized point that we're at right now, it was a little bit difficult to get that functionality without like editing some of the code here. I pretty much full switched within the first 30-40 days of the project, I believe. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a lot easier. Yeah, I also find coding just much more enjoyable. I could code for like 10 hours a day and the time will fly by, which it usually does. But working with Blueprints, I don't know. I don't get that same like itch. If that makes sense. Blueprints scratch another part of the brain. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Making animations in Blueprints, I enjoy doing that. But coding with Blueprints is a little bit, it's not my style, so to speak. I've used them for a bunch of different things, though. Mainly for, like, any type of, like, visual work. Or, like, modifying, like, variables and stuff like that for other classes. And widgets, of course. Nobody in their right mind wants to manually go in and do styling for widgets in code. Good for prototyping? Oh yeah. I mean, shit, I probably could have cranked this game out in a couple months if I just did pure blueprints for it. You gonna try small indoor gardening? Oh, I already have. Here, let me show you. Here's my plant. You think I should continue gardening? You're coding that game every day, take a break. Nah, man, this is what I enjoy doing. It's hard to stop. Yeah, that plant is fucking dead. Yo, so okay, so I knew somebody's gonna bring up the coat hanger thing. Listen, It started dying. I watered it, but I guess I watered it too much, and then I forgot to water it. But when you said indoor gardening, I just remembered that I had this in my window. So, how long has it been there? I'd rather not talk about it. Is it going to get thrown away? It will. Yeah, I totally forgot that was my window though. Thanks for reminding me. It's a coat hanger holding up a dead plant. Fuck, dude. There is a way to get the active gameplay effect handle with just using the base gameplay effect here. I can't remember what the goddamn function name is. Oh, wait a minute. Aw, oh, damn it. Get active gameplay effect using the active gameplay effect handle. Shit. Ah, fuck it. I guess I gotta iterate through them. F active gameplay effects container. So this isn't an array. Hello, hello. How are you today? Doing pretty good. Can't complain. I am trying to get this goddamn status effect thing to work. Oh, hold on. Get all active effect handles. Are we able to iterate through this? Is this a T array? It most certainly is. Alright. What functionality do you bring to the table? It's all the handles. Do I have a reference to the actual effect from these handles? Survey says no. Poor plant. At least give it a proper plant funeral. Oh, I will in the landfill. Don't worry. What's up, Glenn? How are you doing? That bug from yesterday, have you fixed? Oh, I have fixed it, yes. Sort of. The way I had to do it was like totally... not my style, but had to be done. Basically, I couldn't control how gameplay cues were handled. So I had to remove all the gameplay cues out of like their containers on the gameplay effect. And I had to move them to a separate component on the gameplay effect itself. So there's that. And now I'm trying to link the gameplay effect back to that gameplay cue so it's removed when the gameplay effect is removed. No, bury it in a central park or maybe normal park. Just bury it. So its plant buddies can say one last goodbye. Oh, they will when it's driving past in the dump truck on the way to the landfill. It'll be able to wave in the wind to them. How do I get this goddamn active effect handle? Thing is, I've done this before, and I know there is a way to do it. I just can't remember exactly how I did it last time. Oh, wait a minute. Effect tag. Effect definition, here we go. Alright, okay. We're on to it now. We're on to it. There's a way in. Is there a way to grab just one specific effect? No. That's fine. You know what? We'll work with it. don't swear. It really depends on if this works or not. If it doesn't, you might want to tune out. Shit, what was that parameter called? Oh, my... That didn't take long. Apologies. Gameplay effect query. Okay. Oh my gosh. We want to set the effect definition here. Probably help if I spelled it correctly too. What's a T subclass of? That means I just do this and I grab the static version, not the default object. Oh, actually, no, what am I saying? I do this and I grab the static. Oh, Visual Studio, don't do it. I swear to God. Gotta love it. I know it's because my mouse cursor is like directly hovering over like the list, but if I don't move the mouse, just like let me press tab so it autofills, please. We're gonna need to start a petition to use Rider. I was saying, if I use Rider, I won't have any excuses on why my code doesn't work. At least with this, I could say it's Visual Studio, not me. You're trying to get rid of my one excuse for sometimes lacking programming knowledge. This brings in a T array, which we can just iterate over. There's a T array of F active gameplay effect handles. Perfect. Realistically, there only should be one. I'd rather have easier light to focus on content than to fight with yourself. You're not wrong. Also enjoy when Rider just freezes for no reason. Love that. Oh shit, I forgot the for each. This also works too. Is there a massive difference between 4 and 4 each? Wait a minute. That's throwing me off. Oh, Visual Studio also just randomly freezes too. Don't get me wrong. IntelliSense, if you use the Unreal Engine version of IntelliSense, or like the modified version of it, dude, sometimes it'll just sit there and you'll just see like the ready thing. Like never, ever say ready again. Like that thing will just spin. For each cannot change the object in memory. Oh, okay. So it would basically never run the risk of like running into an empty part of the array or something like that, just in case you like deleted one of them. Would that be like the purpose for that? It's like read only. Yeah. That's why I put like a filler for like const here, or like a const reference into this. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever used for each in C++. But I am always up to learning new methods to handle things. So if that is a better way to do it, then I will most certainly do it that way. Really? I've used, so I've used for each in like Java, right? But when I went to C++ and I started learning Unreal Engine, every guide or like every like game dev that I've watched only used like for loops like this. And then they used like just constant like reference or like pointer, depending on what it was. For each is clutch in CPP. Yeah. I'm starting to see the trend now on why it would be. If it only marks it as read-only, it doesn't give write access, that would be pretty good. It basically just like makes it so you don't have to put const here. Is that like the only difference? I know there's ways to like still mutate const, but and this is actual like a genuine question here. When putting const in a for loop like this, does it effectively do the same thing as a for each at that point? Like does assembly code register it as the same thing when it's compiled? I wonder. I actually forget how to view the code in assembly after it's compiled, but I did that before for a couple different things to see if it truly made a difference. Pretty much with some minor differences. See, that's the kind of shit that interests me. I wonder like how it interprets it when it's compiled. Because there's like a lot of things that assembly kind of just like looks at and says, or like the compiler looks at when translating, and it's like, this is pretty much the same thing. Let's just like put it back to like this other way to do it. And it just like changes your code for you to try to like dampen the amount of like memory use or like function calls that something has. Active GE handle. Shit, what was I needing this for? For the delegate. That's right. Where is my... You can actually just get rid of this. And this too, actually. There you are. This guy is what I need. It's weird that I can't grab like one specific one. I know this is only going to have one. But using a for loop here just seems like so bad. You know, a compiler... Here, this might be a hot take. I imagine if the compiler was a person and could speak, it would write the same comments that people do on Stack Overflow when you ask a question. Like, totally condescending, just like knows so much more than you, and just has to be like slightly a dick, while just like replying to like what you did wrong. I don't know. That's how I would interpret it. I've seen some people just get roasted on Stack Overflow for asking like really basic C++ questions. I think the most like consistent roast is when people ask what the difference between a reference and a pointer is. Let's see here. Gotta be a way to get a single version of this. I was just actually iterating through. Just getting active effects from this. What I could do is actually put in a break here when it grabs the first one. instead. Ugh. Alright, well, I'm gonna tell myself that we're just doing this right now until we find a better way to just grab this information. Compiler doesn't even bother checking what's wrong. It's like this. If he doesn't like it, he cancels it. You either have a 0 or a 1. Yeah. That is true. It will be the most brutally honest thing to you. But that is not a bad thing. I'm going to continue my logging ventures here. Just adding an absolute shit ton of logs. We already know this is on the server, so I don't know why I have these checks here. It's actually kind of weird. Maybe it was a copy and paste from something else. I feel like at this point I'm just doing these so it bothers people. Best explanation of pointers and references. You know what's crazy? So like YouTube live stream chat, right? It like auto filters what people say sometimes, and whenever I'm like watching like one of my VODs, just to grab like clips or like highlight some sections of the video or whatever, I like look in like the live stream chat, like following along with it, and there will be like a bunch of comments in there or like people saying stuff in chat, but like YouTube just filters it out. Like some dude said like fake news or something, and like he like randomly says like JK in the chat, which is what I saw live, and I'm like, JK, I didn't see anything if you said something before. And he goes, oh, I typed this. So he typed like fake news with like an @ symbol, and that showed up, and I was like, what? It's filtering that? It doesn't even tell me it filters it either. It just does it. It's actually kind of wild. Internet police. Dude, for real. It really is the internet police. But like, they're policing a little bit too hard in like a small like development channel. Like, I don't care that much what people say. That's just crazy. We want to know when this is actually used. We already have something here when this is applied. Having a for loop in the middle of like setting up this parameter just feels so bad. But like the way that I see that they're providing active like gameplay effect handles, there's like no return when you do like an additional effect. And I don't think they use the same active gameplay effect handle either. But I mean, we can test and see if there is a difference between them. Happens when the population manners change. Yeah. It's always rotating. Okay. So we have something to check for any additional effect tags, and we have our base tags. If it gets to that point. Is there anything that I'm forgetting here? The actual delegate itself, of course. So the idea that I have is on the actual like actor here. Oh shit, Glenn, you weren't okay. I don't know if you like saw anything yesterday, or man, how many days has it been since I actually talked to you? Maybe just yesterday. What we ended up doing And I think the last thing that me and you talked about was like the active gameplay effects, or like parsing through like all the active effects and applying gameplay cues like that. 2 days? Gotcha. What I ended up doing was I basically am using, where is it? Yes, okay. So the way I have status effects set up now is when they spawn in, right? What it's going to do is it's going to grab the ability system component of the thing that it's going to attach the effect to, or this gameplay cue. And I'm going to execute this delegate on the target ability system component. And what this is going to do, let me just shift F12 so I can hop on over there. This is going to provide data to the ability system component to create like icons for pretty much like everybody. So like when we initialize like our HUD, we're initializing all of these like callbacks or delegates for every single player's ability system component on like our HUD. So whenever a status gets applied to that ability system component, it's going to let like everybody know that, hey, a status effect got added to this guy's ability system component. Let's make this icon on his little like team member HUD thing. And it's pretty much like all self-regulated. Because what will happen is, since we have this link set up to that newly spawned actor, whenever that actor dies, it also will send over a an update to this specific icon, letting it know like, hey, we got removed. So then it will actually delete the icon and end it early too. So it's like completely automated and there's like nothing. So all I have to do when I make gameplay cues is just make the gameplay cue and it will handle everything for me. And man, the sweet satisfaction of like when this finally worked, like no other. Spent so many hours just like looking for like an effective way to do this, and I think this is so far the best iteration of it. A bit more costly, yeah, it can be. Now the thing is, they aren't multicast delegates and they're not dynamic either, so they don't have to be serialized. So it's actually just a 2-param delegate sending over a boolean and a pointer. And the thing is, it's actually rarely sending updates over. At most, I think it's going to be maybe 2 callbacks. We will do profiling though to see what it's going to be like though. Bull plus pointer, yes, yeah. So that's another thing I gotta take into consideration is how many HUD elements do I want at one time and how many active HUD elements do I want. Because currently right now it's like 3v3 is like what we have set up for the actual like arena map, and I think 5v5 is another thing that we can handle. It's not going to be like a very large scale amount of players in one map. It's not going to be like a 16 versus 16 or anything. Yeah, as long as it's not like 50 versus 50 and you just have like this like cramped, scaled down like 2 side of like teams and just like hundreds of like widget components and like overlays being spawned in, I think we'll be okay. At most, I think we're gonna have like, I think at most it would be like 16, so like an 8v8, and that's on like the top end of it. 100 versus 100. Oh my god. I don't know. Like, since this game is running via a listen server, like whoever's computer is running that shit is just going to be, they're going to think it's being attacked by malware or like a DDoS with the amount of like the amount of packets incoming and outgoing from that guy's machine. That's the point where you start looking into MVVM. Yeah, I got to do a better job with that type of management there. I think, like, my first thought is if we ever get to a point where it's not 100 versus 100, but like 20 versus 20 or something, I think we'll have a last damaged player type of HUD. So what will happen is it'll be a rotation of 5 HUD elements on each side. So the last player that you damaged would be on top, and then it would like move down slots. So there's only a certain amount of HUD elements available at one point. Would probably be the way that I handle that. But again, haven't made that. I know Lyra has done a really good job with their representation of health bars and everything. All right, now we need our delegate set up for our gameplay queue. We have the additional effects set up here. I think the idea that I have is we're going to use the effect context to set this up. So when we go to add, where is my base? Yeah, instead of using this timer, we're going to definitely move over to this. We can grab the effect context here and possibly use this. This is just hit result and everything like that. But we do have access to the target ACS here. Probably add this just via U function. So this is the way that I'm going to go about doing this here. If you, or if anybody has any better ideas on how to get this applied, I definitely am all ears for it. Where is that? What data does the effect context handle give us again? Just need a refresher. It would actually be cool to see how the gameplay effect handles this too. Or if we could actually just like manually link this gameplay queue over to the gameplay effect itself. Does the gameplay effect have like an active queue handler or like an active gameplay queue handler that I could just pass this into? I wonder. Because that would save a lot of trouble from us having to do it this way. So when we apply this to a target, let's actually jump in and see. Is there no method to get the handle? There is a method to get the handle. What I was thinking before adding in this here was maybe I could just modify the gameplay effect after it's applied and kind of like add in this gameplay cue to the gameplay effect itself. So when the gameplay effect is actually like removed off the character, it will just have its in-house functionality remove this gameplay cue for me instead of me having to set up a delegate for it. That was my thought, at least. For now, though, we probably can just do this method to pull it back out. That might be something that I look at off stream, because I think that would take a long time to find. And after yesterday, yeah. I think you can with tags, no? Yeah, you can. I could probably get it with tags as well. Do I have tags already set up on my gameplay effects? Shit, hold on. Double thinking if I actually do or not. I could add tags to them to see. I think they have where's my ability? Yeah, I don't think these are actually adding tags directly to them. Damn, I got like an eyelash on my eye or something. And is that annoying? I could add like native tags to the game that match the actual ability and add them to each gameplay effect. If that's what you're referencing. There was a way that we pulled it off of the spell here before. With this. Ugh. It's I don't think effect contacts actually holds the handle in it. I'm gonna move this over for a second. This should have the definition on it, I think. set ability, everything like that. I mean, technically we might be able to get it by or via the ability itself then. Unless there's a way to grab it via the effect context. Oh, wait a minute. Query might have it. You don't want to look by effect source. Or effect delegate. Yeah, effect tag. We could add tags to the abilities. The one problem actually we might be able to do it via effect source. Because we're storing that actually on our new params here, and by this point the source wouldn't be null. Oh, actually it's possible. No, that's not a good way to do it. It actually could be null. Thing matters. It could be gone before this is called. I'm not going to take that risk. You look like a watermelon seed. Yeah, we don't want to rely on the source. Because, like, say if the RPC goes through, which that's what this is, because this is a replicated spawn actor, and the source is despawned at that point. Yeah, it's not a great way to do it. Honestly, this is pretty much like a learning experience on the different ways that you can grab gameplay effects off of an actor at this point. To have it well work with RPCs, I would use tags. That's something we might actually end up doing, because that is definitely more reliable. Like, make ability tags, right? So for like the names of the abilities, just have the tags as like an asset tag or something. Is that what you're saying? Or like an asset tag on the gameplay effect itself? Yeah. That is definitely something that we probably will move into. It's dirty but safer. Yeah, I like being safe, that's for sure. I do not want crashes. Shit. I was really hoping the gameplay effect query could have something where I could look into the ability that applied it. The target ACS might actually have that. Am I able to save? No, it doesn't appear like I can. Do I just bite the bullet and add tags? Looking more and more like that might be the way to go. Because I think like the only other way that we can like safely get this is by like iterating through like active GE handles. Oh, actually, hold up. So the way we're actually applying these is with asset tags. So hear me out. The GameplayCue tag, right? Since like you can't truly manually set gameplay cues like in here, or at least that I found, I moved gameplay cues to actually be in asset tags like this. So technically, right, we could actually just look for if this gameplay effect, or if they have a gameplay effect that has this matching gameplay cue tag, and that would be it. That could be a lot better. And when I'm not saying it's better than your idea, it actually is your idea. I'm just saying it saves me the trouble of writing out 30 different native gameplay tags in my header file for it. Gameplay effect asset tags comparing the yep, exactly. So we're going to take this gameplay cue tag right here and compare it to the gameplay effects that's currently applied on the actor, and seeing if they have a matching gameplay cue tag. It seems like that might be your best bet in. I'm safe, I'm clean. Man, even... Oh my god. Why are you even saying that? Alright. Target ACS. Get active gameplay effects. F active gameplay effects container. We need the gameplay effect specs, and then we're going to grab the information from there. So we need to make a, what is that, a T array of F gameplay effect spec. You're always safe this way with tags. This means, however, you can't have multiple cues on an effect. Yes, I believe. I don't think that's ever going to be a problem that I can see. Because all abilities currently only have one way of doing that, and so I designed like 2 more classes after this, and they wouldn't have a problem with this either, I don't think. If it comes down to it where this becomes a huge issue, I will just probably move this system over to a different method of how this is handled. I just wanted to get off the way that like gameplay effects naturally handle gameplay cues, because they send like 2 RPCs for no reason. One of them filled with like basically no data at all, and then the other one with the correct information. And I was like trying to find out why it was doing that for the past like 2 days, but I wasn't able to stop it. Also, I was complaining about this yesterday. When you have like damage go through an effect or like an execution calculator, when you mark the gameplay queue as handled manually here, this actually doesn't matter for additional gameplay effects. Like, even if the additional gameplay effect has this, or is using this execution calculator, it will completely ignore this. Yesterday on stream, I actually went through the iteration of how like the stack looks for when it applies these additional gameplay effects, and like it was just like completely ignoring this. And I tested it out and I wasn't able to get it to stop. Dude, it was driving me up a wall, because I was like, there's one line, I see the function that it's being called in. If you just let me override that function, I can stop it. Never use that. Yeah, for this specific one, since we're like, I mean, since like the way I'm doing it is like this, it was kind of necessary for me to handle everything manually, because I'm passing in like some customized data in the raw magnitude floats that they give you inside the parameters. So I'm kind of like sending data over and then translating it to like usable shit. But yeah, they kept zeroing out my floats in the parameters, and it was like pissing me off so much. I was getting actively heated yesterday when I was trying to fix it. That shit sucked. I was like, you bastard, stop changing my goddamn floats. I put you as manual. Don't touch them. And then it just actively would ruin them. Man, it was fucking bad. I put an if statement for a 4. That's funny. Wait, am I dumb? Very possible. Gotta go pray. Hey, good luck. Many hidden shit that doesn't work, bro. It is so annoying. They want to send 2 multicasts to everybody. And like, one of them has incorrect information, the other one has the correct info. But what this system was relying on was the first multicast comes over with the correct data, so I can set the duration. And say it's unreliable and it fails, that's fine. The while active would then hit with the correct data still, so I could set it. But no, it just sent like 2. It sent an active and then a while active with incorrect information. For each is 4. You're good, you're good. I was like, damn, I never see anybody use it. But it wasn't just you. I had somebody else say 4 each as well. And I was like, fuck, I haven't used that in forever for some reason. Have to go now. Have a great day with no bugs. Oh, there will be plenty. But you enjoy your day as well. I'll see you next time. That's fine. When you mix up languages, when I was doing JavaScript stuff, coming from doing Java, I would like put these semicolons at the end of each line, and people thought I was weird. Or wait, was that Python? I can't fucking remember. See a Confusion would. GE spec. What do we need here? Oh, we need matching tags. So we need the asset tags. What is the difference between... Oh, is dynamic tags that get added through like that like loose gameplay tag thing? Shit, I can't remember. That's Python? Yeah. Dude, I've learned, or I've attempted to learn many different languages. Sometimes they all just like blend together if I haven't touched them in a while. If 18 string equals 18 Python magic, that would fuck me up mentally, honestly. If that's how it worked in C++. Wait, so where are dynamic asset tags? Or where are they stored, actually? That's not in a component or anything, is it? I've never used dynamic asset tags. I mean, shit, we're just grabbing all asset tags anyways. It becomes a problem. I'll look into it. What do we need here? Fgameplay tag container. Or gameplay effects spec. I mean, we could skip some of the iteration of this if we just look for specific specs applied by a certain ability system component. I believe we have access to the like applying ACS. Dynamic asset tags, dot add tag, new tag. So is dynamic like something that happens during runtime, or is that blueprint settable? Like during like making like one of the gameplay effects, is that something you add there? Or I'm assuming like with the name dynamic, it's something that you add during runtime itself. But I could be wrong. Did they have... Yeah, they don't have comments for it either. Wait, here we go. Dynamic granted tags. Tags that are granted and did not come from the gameplay effect definition. Okay, so these are added during runtime. That's what that's saying. Oh shit, wait, we can look for the context handle here. Oh, fuck yeah. Perfect. Gameplay tag container. Bro, your vids are really great. Delighted to see you putting so much hard work into this code for us to see. Yeah, I'm just trying to share the learning process. This first time I'm using gas for a project, so 200 something days in, and I regret everything. Let's see here, GE asset tag container. Do they have a bool override for context? We can compare them, because that would be pretty cool. Effect asset tags. Oh, so we can actually just use a container. Oh, damn. Actually, hold on. Is this a const? No, it's not const, so we can actually get rid of this. Gameplay effect definition. If we have the definition, we can get access to them. So we would need to do def and then get asset tags like so. This is a pointer, so we actually want to make sure that this is not going to destroy our shit. Kind of don't want to do anything here. I was going to say continue, but that makes no sense because we found the context we need here. So we actually would just want to return and then label this an early exit. This is null, which it shouldn't be, but whenever you're dealing with pointers, whenever I don't check to see if it's valid, it's always when it bites me in the ass. So no chances. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Wait, I just realized something, that if the context equals effect context, then like we found the right one. Concept gameplay, tag container. Okay, and then just check, you don't need to change. We actually don't even need to do any of this now, because we actually found the context. If we're able to get all these effects, we actually don't need to look through asset tags anymore, because now we actually have a reference to the context, and we're able to store the context in the gameplay parameters. I put this if statement in, and then I was still thinking about doing the asset tag thing, not realizing that this actually already meets the condition that we fucking need. Whoops. Hello, Kraken. How are you? Alright, so now we should be able to get the... We should be able to assign this remove delegate here. Well, we solved it. Hey, we got to it. That's all that matters at the end of the day. How's the day going? Pretty good. A lot better than yesterday. I'm a lot less annoyed with myself, which is also a good thing. Is there an active handle that I can grab from this too? I actually don't know how much information the spec actually holds itself. We can get the active handle though. From this, I believe. Gotta be a way to get the active handle off of this. What type of game am I making? It is a first-person MOBA. So it's going to be kind of like an arena spell-slinging game. Yeah, we do not care about the majority of these things. You know, at some point I'll be really good at getting active gameplay effect handles without having to do like iterations through arrays and shit. But until that day, I'm gonna be a piece of shit and do it. It takes time, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Write the prototype review and then you clean it up when you're done, or you just say fuck it, that's enough for today, and then you leave it for the next time. Sounds cool. I have no idea how C++ works yet, but I'll stare at this voodoo magic for a while and hope something sticks. Hey, best place to get started is with just very simple C++ courses, man. Anybody can do it. You just got to put the time in for it. That's all that matters. I failed computer science my first time around, and you know, after the second or third time I wanted to do programming, I actually stuck with it. Just don't beat yourself up about it. Like right now, I'm staring at my screen trying to get a piece of data that should be really easy to grab, but my brain is moving really slow. So it feels like it's taking a lot longer than it actually should. Because like we have this right here. It's an active gameplay effects container. What data does this actually provide? Effect name, stack count. Okay, so very basic shit. So the thing is, right, like we're pulling from the active gameplay effects container. So shouldn't we be able to grab the active effect from like a gameplay spec or something? Like, maybe if we can actually just iterate through this instead. Man, if only the active handles kept like a reference to the context or something. I'm kind of just like speaking out loud on like what I'm thinking about when doing this, or going through my thought process. And this is killing me. Can you dive into the function? Oh, this one like right here where it's grabbing all the active gameplay effects. Yeah, so it looks like... Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. We're on to something here. Active gameplay effect. Oh, okay. So if we're able to do this instead, right? Just like they're trying to do. Oh, hold on a second. Container. Gotta grab the container itself. Where am I from? United States of America. Fried yogurt in Wyoming. I feel like you're either just saying nonsense or you're a genius who has been devising like a secret codex puzzle over the past like month. Because whenever you join, you always say something very random. Now, am I supposed to like write down the first letter of like each word that you send in chat? And then like over the course of like a week, it like decodes into like a message or something? Or am I thinking like way too deep into it? So this is using this container to do it. Which is just stored on the ability system component. Hold up. Wait, we're like right there. Yeah, just using the active gameplay effects. Is it not? Oh, wait, hold on. Shit. It's using this, but like I swear it's like when it's referring to this, is this not a container? It's a trick to throw you off balance. It feels like it. Always knew you were a Flyers fan. Are you streaming on more platforms? Are you streaming on more platforms, or are you just talking to friends? Oh yeah, YouTube. Look him up on YouTube. He responds faster there. I'm trying, man. It's hard. Do chats and everything. I'm also programming. Got me some slack, damn it. Doing my best. Dude, this is fucking throwing me off. This range-based for statement requires a suitable begin function, and none was found. What the fuck? Is this not the same exact thing that they're doing within this function? I know it's const. I'm not modifying anything. Oh, fuck. Wait, hold on. That might be why. Oh, you bastards. Just let me use this function. All I need to do is compare the active effects. I'm not trying to change anything, I promise. Just give me access. That's all I need. Oh, there it is. Hey, Kraken. It'd be so cool to get like a non-const version of this. That would be fucking dope. Wait, hold on. Great considerator. Shit, wait a minute. Fuck. I forget how this works. Wait, isn't this, Oh man, I gotta look up how to make a considerator again. It's been a while. Not gonna lie. Slowly getting there. No, I'm not gonna do like a rename or anything. Yeah, I don't need to change anything. I can leave this const. Get rid of this. Yeah, doesn't this Oh man, I actually like legitimately forget how to do this. It's been so long since I've used a const iterator before. This is gonna be a good learning experience. Let me actually look at how this is done. Let's see here. Active effects. Not enter. This. Is that how this works? Or does like Unreal Engine have its own like special macro for it? To return. We set this equal to something. Wow, why is this like frying my brain? It returns this. Man, I'd have to look back in my my code from the last project to find. Actually, probably 2 projects ago. Is this even common to use const iterator? Has anybody used this function call before in one of their projects? Or when's the last time you actually used it? Maybe I'm just out of the loop. I mean, I understand the point, but like... I think it's overkill. That would happen, or I would actually agree. You want to see how useful Unreal Engine's like documentation is? You look up create const iterator. That's all the information I need to do it, eh? That is fucking funny. Holy shit, I just need the, I just need to know what the Unreal Engine macro is for a goddamn iterator. Can't remember what the hell it is. Let's see here. The fact that there's like a forum discussion on like the usage of this shit just like shows how frequently this shit is actually used. AKA not used like ever. This was back in 2014, dude. There hasn't been like any recent like discussion about this either. So, oh, but this isn't technically an array. This is like a special, like, what is this? F-active gameplay effects container const iterator. So what they're saying is, const iterator, you declare the name, so we'll just name this, I don't know, active effects iter like that, and then you grab this creation and do begin. Or I guess not in this case because it's a container. Who knows? all just to get this. For auto IT equals item, create consider. Yeah, I saw that too, on one of the posts as well. I think that is for arrays specifically. What is this? Type def, F active gameplay effect iterator. Yeah, I can't see anybody that has like actively posted about using this. Oh, hold on, what is this? This is an iterator for F active gameplay effect container. The main points are this iterates over both the active gameplay effect array and the pending list of new gameplay effects. This skips any gameplay effects which are pending remove. This locks the array while the iterator is in scope, meaning any adds or removes to the active gameplay effect array will have their memory operations deferred. That is, the effects will be added or removed, but not removed from memory until the scope block has been removed. Okay, so to call next, to use the operator plus plus on this, and it will iterate through the current. Okay, I think I'm starting to see the angle here that they're going for. So we can use this for a const F active gameplay effect reference, and that will equal what was the function? So you have to like actually use the function calls that are inside this. So this is how you do like a plus plus here. Return current element. Okay, so return current element. Reference pointer. Okay. This looks like a mess. You're not kidding. We want to return. Oh. We want to return a reference of active gameplay effect. Yes. Like so. Oh. Like that. And then we grab this again. And we do plus plus here. Is that what this is referencing? Maybe I'm thinking about this way too much as like a for loop than anything else. Does it have like a different type of like syntax for the usage here? Is that it? That looks like that is it. What kind of convoluted shit? Oh my god. Fucking Christ. Dude, I got so involved in that. Why did we even need to do that again? Oh wait, we can grab context from this, yeah. Try to debug and see what it gives. You're right. I think what it's doing, but we will test it. I think what it's doing is it's basically doing the same thing that we're doing here. Or, I mean, what this is doing. It's pretty much this, from what I can see, except it's allowing us to do it outside of it by having us, like, scope lock every single, like, iteration over this array so we don't, like, fuck anything up, which we shouldn't because it's const anyways. But yeah, I'm gonna print out pretty much all the info. I'm gonna toString everything and see what it has. So I mean, I'll wrap this guy up here. Compare that. More excuses if it doesn't work? Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna blame Visual Studio as well on top of it. My favorite thing to do. I actually don't need U function here. I can just do a U object. And then all I gotta do... Wait, what does this return? It's like a kind of like special parameter. It's like remove info or something. I actually made another function for this here that I can just copy. Yeah. Since it's a U object, we don't need U function on this either. You're excited for going to college and university. Hey, there you go. Nice, man. All this is pretty much going to do is remove the actor and destroy it. What info does this get? Stack count, all that. Yeah, we don't care. Okay. I'm gonna comment this out. Comment these guys out. This guy here. I'll actually put these next to each other. And this works. Then we are in the clear. Let's see. All right. Let's two string this if possible. Does this have a two string function? No, it doesn't. I think spec does though. Two simple string. There we go. We're gonna print this out. Yeah, looks good. I'm gonna recompile though. Wait, this says compile. What did I do? Oh no, we just added and removed an element off of this before. That's fine. Okay. Recompile, launch it, see if it adds this delegate for removal. If so, we can get rid of the fucking timers, which will save a lot of delta time for us. I want my frames. I need all my render frames. I want more of them. Having shit not run on a timer gives me a lot more frames. Get this shit out of here. Nice. No problems. Until this crashes. We are setting effect context on both. That I made sure of. Until I have to check again right now, because who knows? Okay, I mean, we're getting the active G handle that way. A better way to do it is probably the way we did it, unironically. Alrighty. Moment of truth. Will my fucking game explode? We'll see. Real engine heart. Yeah. I only care about logs. Where is my fucking log? I only care about logs in this function, to be honest with you. Nice. It looks like it got bound. Is that what I'm seeing? No, I might be printing out the other stuff. Yeah, I'm printing out all this. Did this not work? We really only care about this being applied on the server, technically. Let's get rid of this, actually. For now. Comment this out. Man. Is it even iterating through this? Like, does it see that we have active effects? This is where, like, abstraction can be a huge fucking problem. especially using something called a const iterator. It's not something I typically do. Do I want to spend time learning how this works? Another day. Today is not the day for that bullshit, though. It's iterating through. That's good. Okay, so if it's doing that, what is it finding? Is there a toString that I can print out here? I want to see what it's finding. It is finding something. So now it's just kind of chasing down where and what is it finding. It's very possible when we're launching the ability or creating it, it's actually another part of our program that's actually failing to provide data. So if this is doing the right, like pretty much everything right, I don't want to spend time trying to debug something like this. It's picking it up. That's the right gameplay effect there. So is the effect context the problem? This is like, live coding is fucking awesome for doing shit like this. Everything else, it can get fucked. It has corrupted so many of my blueprints before. Before I learned that you probably shouldn't have them open when you set U properties and live code at the same time. Ah, look at that. It's another part of our program. Wait, what the fuck? Effect context. It's printing out the invoker player state. What? Oh, okay. So the context toString like literally looks for the instigator name. So this isn't getting its data loaded on correctly. Tone down the swearing. I can't, brother. Programming is a stressful thing, and when stuff doesn't work the way you want it to work, it makes me very angry. I think I found the problem. The query here is not finding what we need. I should have access to this handle though, that I can pass through. Oh wait, no I don't, because yeah, that's right. Totally forgot. The only reason we can't pass it in is because of it's using this additional effect component to apply this part. If that's the case, can we do a comparison by tag then instead? What we were going to do before anyways too. There's got to be a more reliable way to get the effect context here. How is this going through? We are passing what into this query? T subclass of. Checking for tags here. Does not equal null pointer. Going to check the Yeah, let's do this a different way. I actually think doing the query itself might take longer than actually iterating through. I'm gonna print out what the active effects are that it's getting from this. I know this isn't a good way to do this because if it has multiple effects on it, it's gonna pull everything. But I just want to make sure it's actually like seeing this additional effect that we're applying to the character before I continue on. It is seeing it. Okay. Oh boy. Pretty much gonna have to do the same method we did before, eh? Because then we can match the definition to the current one we're looking at. Yeah. Probably move this over to tags at some point then. Okay. How are we doing this comparison? Oh, the actual default object versus the spec definition. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I thought spec was a pointer. Whoops. Now, let's finally see if this goddamn remove delegate gets added. Should be good, in theory. Nice. They call remove though. Most certainly did. Now, I see a problem here. Wasn't called on the client. That's okay. We should technically be removing this on the server. Does the client not see the effect context getting added? Oh, it's possible that effects context is actually not getting replicated. Did I turn off replication for context? I mean, if I did, there's a trade-off to be made here. I enable it again. It's more data that has to get replicated over to the actor itself. The trade-off there is I would have to do a multicast from the server instead to have it removed. So I think enabling it would be the smart move here. I wonder what it's actually reading in terms of effect context. Reprinting it out. Let's see what we're actually getting on the client versus the server in terms of data there. Come on. Okay, that patch went through, yeah. We're almost there. Okay, listen server sees all that. Now this is weird. The client is able to see both the effect context of the spec and the parameters, but they're different. That is fucking weird. Why would they be different? It detects that the instigator is the same, like the player state, but the actual context themselves, or the context itself, it doesn't know. Ability actually can be null. Dude, we were like that close. Damn. Effect causer also is something that can be null. When it says get owned gameplay tags, what are we referencing here when we do this? Actually, you know what we can do? We can actually get the asset tags here because this GameplayCue tag should be inside this active gameplay's effect spec. That might be a way to do this instead. And this actually shouldn't be too large either. Yeah, there was a way that we grabbed them. I think it was in def. Yeah, here we go. As tag exact. This might be a more reliable way to do this then. I guess what's happening, and like this is just speculation, but when the effect context is actually getting serialized over the network, it must be getting moved. So it's not like an exact match from when it was actually initialized, which is why the server is able to detect it, but this isn't. I mean, that's what I would imagine, but I'm not an expert on how that actually gets manipulated across the network. Nice. Okay, so that was a pretty reliable way to do it then. Both of them got added, and both of these should get removed when the gameplay effect is done. Look at that. No more RPCs either. There's one single RPC we use, and we're done. That's performance. No bandwidth congestion on our part. You'd fucking love to see it. the cool part is there's also like other gameplay effects here for duration that we can link up to for the delegate. Also stack count too. But I don't know how reliable those are. And the way we're doing it right now is not too bad. This is so much better than the first iteration. Alright, yeah, fuck this shit. Get rid of all the fucking timers. They're gone. That can go away now too. This can also go away. Do want to keep these. This one too. Where are my timers at? I know they're down here somewhere. That can go. I think we're good. I think that was all the timers. These guys will just get commented out for now. I might want to use those later. Man, it's gonna feel like once we get this like completely tested and we try it in the field during a playtest, it's gonna feel so good to finally go in and just like condense all of these classes and organize them. Because right now I have like a bunch of random ass fucking static and like actor gameplay cues, and I just want to like I look at them and I just want to get rid of like all of them. So bad, but it's possible that functionality in one works better than the other. I'd rather do some pretty thorough Q&A before I start axing any of my classes. Okay, so that's pretty reliable. I think there was one bug that I actually saw. Let's close down and recompile this. And I'm going to see if I can recreate that. I think it's more of a timing issue than anything. I don't think I want... So our status effect icon, right? When it reaches 0, it automatically calls the complete status effect duration. But I don't know if I want this to actually happen. I think what I'd want is for when the gameplay queue itself is actually destroyed, that's when I would want to remove the status effect. Because right now I think there's the timing of like synchronization between the effect and this icon is a little bit off. But that's just latency, right? The time we send this packet across, we actually have to do like a calculation on incoming and outgoing MS, and then we can provide a more accurate representation of the current time that the gameplay effect actually has. We do that with our gameplay abilities already for prediction. But we don't do it with status effects currently. But we will. Yeah, right now we're doing this animation and then we're actually removing it from the parent. I want to move this out to something else. We'll probably make a new function. Place status effect, completed animation, and remove icon widget, I guess. I don't know. I like to be pretty literal with it, so some of these will get long, but the main goal with like naming functions for me is to make it so when I read that I know exactly what it's going to do. And I don't want to keep any like hidden treasure in here of like a random function call to something that doesn't involve what this is doing. Because holy fuck, that can ruin your project. With that being said, we need to bind this to here. This is the only spot where we want this to be called, mainly because this is where our GameplayCue actor is actually going to send the signal or the delegate event to complete the status effect itself. So this makes it so we're not reliant on just internal timing of this widget, but the status effect will actually remove itself when it's actually removed. Later on, we will sync up the timing though. That should work. Alright, I'm going to grab some water real quick. I'll be right back while this is compiling, and then we'll continue on with the project for today. Give me like 2 minutes. Alrighty. Back in action. Oh, let's test out how this feels actually. Should be a lot more reliable now. One thing we could do is hook up a delegate to it as well. That supplies its current duration, possibly. All right, so 2, 1, 0. There we go. If you can't tell where I'm looking, it's in the top right. God damn it. Oh yeah, this is also like a weird like play and editor bug that I have not been able to figure out yet, where fucking Christ, I need to rebind that key. When you actually respawn, it uses the old player's location for rotation when you're doing like client RPCs. So do you see how it's like making the numbers and pointing them in the direction? Like I'm standing here or something? It actually doesn't update the numbers for a very long time, if it does it at all. Like right there, it finally just did. Makes no sense. Not to me, at least. Yep, it's using the place that we were just standing at too. Fucking weird. Oh, whoops. Alright, I mean, what we wanted to do, we pretty much got done. The last step to this is pretty much just like visual shit. I guess I didn't test like adding like frost or anything like that, or like the frigid status effect. Which it doesn't look like it is pulling that information. Oh, because we didn't modify it. Huh. I didn't update it from the last system. So it's applying an additional effect of whoops. Go back. Okay, thank God. Control Z worked there. This is what it's applying. We need to add a component here for asset tags. Johnny, your emotes are fucking awesome, by the way. So with this added, it should work. Say that, then it doesn't work. There's only one other reason why it wouldn't be. The parameter to check for additional tags isn't checked. Oh, it's checked. Okay, well. What the fuck is going on? Let's generate some logs, shall we? Oh, am I overriding something in the frigid? Yes. Okay, it's not even calling the delegate to even add them. Ugh. This is why I need to refactor this. So whenever this is spawned, it's weird that I'm calling activate system here again. It should just be doing pretty much like an endless loop until told otherwise. That must have just been like a temporary band-aid or something. No way I kept that in, or was planning to at least. There we go. The only thing that's not showing up now is the duration of the effect. Oh, fuck. Yo, it's sending 1. That means that this is still attached with the gameplay queue. It's the only reason. Where the fuck is that effect at? Why is this out here? Passives, move. Yep, there it is. Look at that. There we go. It's not refreshing though on hit. Alright, so a couple things. It's not reapplying the slow effect, which is kind of annoying. That must be like a spell problem. And the Niagara effect is actually dying before this actually completes. Huh. What to jump into first? I guess like the status application thing. Does it not refresh on damage? That would be an effects that we have to look for this actually. wonder if this makes a difference. Is stacking the reason that this is actually not getting re-triggered? Might be something else. This is why we test things out. No, okay. I didn't think so. But something with the Blizzard spell itself. Trying to think of like the best place to start looking for this. We could go into our data table and see what gameplay effect we have for this. It's an instant that applies other effects like this one. So what's supposed to happen is every X amount of seconds or whatever, like half a second maybe, this ability is supposed to send out like a pulse that deals damage to anything within like the radius of it, right? And it's supposed to apply these effects to the target. In doing so, it should just be reapplying gameplay effect, which should trigger this to then refresh, right? Which it kind of looks like it's doing. Still actually have 7 gameplay tags on this character. Yeah, so it is technically. Oh, god damn it. I think I know why. I don't think we're calling the reapplication of this, are we? Get rid of that. No, damn it. I also want to do a thing where if we only have one stack of a status effect on our character, I actually don't want it to show a number at all. That, like, I accidentally set it up that way for the first ability, and I kind of like it. We're just passing in an empty F text to this. Yeah, that all looks good. Should be able to live code this. I don't think we set any U properties or anything. Now it should actually do the reapplication. There we go. That was weird though. See how it just created like another status effect icon there? It's almost like it created a new gameplay queue entirely. Did you see that? It got removed and then put back on. I'm just making sure that we don't have like any unwanted gameplay cues or like asset tags or something. But I can't see anything that would be causing that kind of problem. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna do that again. You know what I think it might be? Because it only happens when the player moves. It might be collision detection within the spell mesh causing the problem. I think that's actually what it is. I'll show you what I mean. So we have like overlap events and everything that happen, right? So on begin and on end. And I think what's happening is the end overlap here is causing that event to fall off. Do we have an override for that? No, nothing like that. Maybe it's not that actually. So what I was thinking was, so it gets removed from this ignored like actors part here, right? What I was thinking happened was when it got removed, it also took the gameplay effect off of the actor as well. But that's not the case. man. What a weird issue. I'm just trying to think of what it could possibly be. Because we're like looking at it from an outside perspective, right? We are hitting an actor. If it stands still, oh, even when it's standing still, it's doing it too. And it's happening right after 4 seconds. Let's try something else here. I'm going to open up debug mode for our client, right? What I'm going to do here, check and see how many tags. Technically has 8 tags right now. They're actually not getting removed. Now if I use that blizzard ability, it's really inconsistent with how it functions, eh? Oh, and if you look at that, it's actually staying applied to the character even after it completes now. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to test this. Alright. I'm not going to bore you guys anymore with debugging this shit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up, and when I have it completed, I'll bring it on back and show you the final result and pretty much any changes that I do from that point on. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty long stream, I would imagine. I'm free most of the day, actually, so might be a pretty long stream. But anyways, that being said, wherever you are, have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or night, and till tomorrow. Peace.